Okay then, video number 2, the one you guys probably want to see. How I put a turbo on this Cherokee. Running 8 pounds of boost on a 68mm turbo. It's fed through the snorkel, fender flare, right on up. I have had this thing completely submerged in water and it did not die, it didn't even sputter. It's good to go, it's sealed up. Like I said, PSC power steering pump on top. And the PSC gearbox. The oil lines on the turbo, that was the funny part. Because you're supposed to have the turbo lines straight up and down, but I didn't know that at the time. I did this literally on my own with just Google. So I ran a hard line on this side all the way underneath. There it is, connected to some bungee cords. All the way over and teed off of the pressure sender unit. And that supplies plenty of oil to the turbo. The thing is getting the oil out of the turbo. I did have a hard line coming out of the turbo, but it wasn't big enough. It was letting too much oil in and not enough out. So I upgraded the line to a soft line, and it seems to have worked. What happened before was it was smoking a lot. Like, a lot. So, went ahead and upgraded that oil line, and no smoking, no nothing. It runs beautifully. The manifold. Most people put these turbos on that side of the Jeep, which I don't see why. There's a distributor, there's all of that electronic bullshit, there's... You probably even have to remove your AC pump in most cases. Which, I like my AC. It's very nice to have. Especially on a dirt road when you're following people. The only thing that you have to do to turbo these things is put the turbo on and put in a check valve right there that goes to the map sensor. So the map sensor doesn't see boost because it can't read boost. When it sees boost, it just goes into a limp mode or whatever and acts all retarded, goes all lean. Fuel pump stock. Injectors I upgraded, they're 26 pound. Let's see what else. Oh, got a DC power engineering alternator that puts out 270 amps at 4,000 watts, so it will power just about anything. I had to upgrade to these big old wires, and the grounds are even bigger. I actually think, yeah, those are welding lead grounds. And then I have a positive and a negative right there, going all the way back underneath the back seat to have auxiliary power back there so I don't have to run shit all the way up to the front. That's also how I run my onboard air system, which is a Viair Extreme twin compressor air system. Which runs both the air lockers. And it'll actually air up these 35-inch tires fairly quickly. I'm nothing to be proud of, but on the side of the trail, you can't really complain. Toolbox with anything and everything that you could possibly need. A little bit taken apart right now. Either way, gas tank skid plate, completely rebuilt Ford 9-inch. I actually found it in a field. You should have seen the before and after pictures. There is nothing that is old about this at all. However, Ford 9-inches have the problem of leaking horribly. It's a brand new, it doesn't even have probably 500 miles on it and it's already leaking. But that's pretty much it. Step step inside for a minute. So, got air fuel, boost, electric fan, AC, which is really nice because the AC is an R12 system, old 93. It drags the engine down a lot. I mean, it takes a lot of horsepower, so I use it as a Jake brake actually. And down here, we got our cute little onboard air system. Engage. And air lockers. NV3550 transmission bolted right up. No problems. I have to cut out a little bit of the body down in here to get the thing to fit, but it works. And then a hand throttle, which if you have a standard transmission, I highly suggest the hand throttle. Just going up and down the trail, just set it right about there, 2,000 RPMs, just hover your foot over the brake, go up against a rock, hit the brake a little bit, let it kind of die down a little bit. As soon as you hit the rock, just let off the brake, and it'll climb right over it, no problem. It's just like an automatic. But besides that, I think that's pretty much what I've done to it. The wiring is a complete and utter nightmare, but it's getting there. Work in progress, built not bought. That's how it is. Either way, like, subscribe, comment. I'll leave my phone number in the description if you guys have any questions. More than willing to help out somebody that wants to do this, because it is a very, very good idea too, because these inline sixes have no power whatsoever. This thing hopped it up, it made it feel like it's on its stock again. So, but I would not do it this way. There are many, many other ways to turbo a Cherokee that are way easier. This is just first generation, first run. I had no idea what I was doing. It's pretty impressive that it runs, actually, to be completely honest. And yes, I do know that my heat shrink or heat shielding needs to be upgraded. So, work in progress, people. Either way, thanks. See ya.